You're listening to the Dave and Beck
Bek
Show.
and Dave.
You're
Bek and
making
Dave.
this difficult. I'm Dave.
And I'm Beck.
Well, Beck, this is it.
Day one, baby.
I am so excited.
Me too.
I feel like the money's already coming in. This is going to be a really, really good year, or half year, quarter year.
Yeah, the last part of
whatever's
the year.
left.
Yeah, we're gonna start cutting people off. Anyone that's not nice
My
to us.
phone has been ringing off the hook about this potentially happening, and I had to start cutting people off. I feel like it's
and you changed your number, didn't you? You haven't given me that updated number yet.
I changed it so you could stop calling me and pretty much everyone else, because I'll be honest with you, after this, only one of us is going to be famous.
I mean, you already look famous. I feel like you're playing the part right now.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I thought about putting on something like really famous, like lots of different like crazy
bling?
colors and stuff. Yeah, like just really.
Do
bling.
you think famous people dress like clowns?
That's my understanding, is that's what you do once you become famous.
Yeah. You're right.
It's like step one, cut people off. Step two, wear lots of colors.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's also so special about today is it is Becktober 1st. I see you mentally rolling your eyes. Becktober 1st, for those who don't know, it's my birthday month, and my name is Beck. So naturally, Becktober. What are you getting me this year, by the way?
It's really nice, and it's in the mail.
Now that you have this famous money.
I don't know if you're going to get it in time. but it is
Wait,
very nice.
it's in the mail and you have a month.
Well, sometimes the mail takes a long time. Anyway, so since it's our first podcast, I think it's important that we kind of give people a feel for who you are.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so just a little bit about Becca.
Words of affirmation are my love language.
Yes.
Can't wait to hear this.
This is, only good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spitball them.
So she is from Minnesota.
Don't you know?
Yes.
For freak's sake. You see that Packers game?
Oh, please stop. I think I can't do this anymore. I tried. It's over. I tried for you.
I don't think you've ever heard my Minnesota accent.
I don't want to hear it. I don't. Yeah, so
From
Minnesota, the Ice Age state. Not a big
not
fan.
the same.
Not a big fan of bacon. Vegan,
No.
Right? Vegan?
Yeah,
Or
I
vegetarian?
love animals, so I don't consume them, David.
That's so funny you say that, because I swear that every time I see you driving, you're purposely trying to run over squirrels.
Wait, I was wondering who was stalking me.
Yeah.
That was you.
I had to get something to say about you. I mean, I've just met you yesterday. So I was like, well, I got to learn something. Recently, you went to a Backstreet Boys concert.
I did. Everybody. That's a Backstreet Boys song. Did you know that?
Between the Minnesota voice and the Backstreet Boys, it's... Anyway, 6-hour concert, right? Lots of bathroom breaks for the...
Is that an old man joke?
No, it's true.
You would know, right?
Well, it was in the news, I think, right? 6-hour concert.
Nick Carter,
Longest
if you're
concert
listening
ever.
to this, I love you so much, and I'm available.
She likes grandpas. That's great.
It's called daddy issues, Dave.
The nice thing is he only has, 5 more years
until the knees blow out and the hips.
No, just age.
You mean death.
Yeah. So if you can make it work, get in the will, maybe you won't need to be famous like me.
Have you ever wanted to be in a boy band?
No.
No?
I was actually asked once when I was in high school.
Really?
Yep.
A man in a van approached you, or?
No. But I would probably take him up on that. No. A friend of mine back when I was in high school, he wanted to start a band.
When dinos were on the earth.
Not that far back.
Oh.
Yeah. But he asked me if I wanted to be in a band, and he said, "What are you good at?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can be in a band." And he was like, "What do you want to be?" And I was like, "I can sing." Anyway, that was the end of it, because I didn't actually try out or anything. I just said that. I was not true.
And
I cannot sing.
And then you just walked away.
Well, we were sitting in class.
So
in
then it
high
was just
school.
silent after that.
Or middle school. I can't remember which one. I was in school.
This was a pivotal memory for you, obviously.
Only because you brought it up and it clicked. Like,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
So that's a true story. Someone wanted you. They looked at you
No,
and said,
they were just like,
that
man,
guy should be in a band.
this guy, boy band material.
Really?
All he needs to do is know how to dance.
And wear a lot of white.
Doesn't know how to write a song because all the songs are written for him.
The Backstreet Boys write their songs.
I don't think so.
Some. Sometimes.
But yeah, I mean,
What else about me?
that's pretty much, I think, all I have.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me say some kind words about you. Let me return the favor.
Okay.
Let's everyone get to know Dave. David's favorite word is no.
No,
Dave,
that's
do you
not
want to
true.
head out
That's not true.
and get some lunch? No. Do you want to go to a party? No. Do you want to hang out after? No. He also likes long walks down dark alleyways, prefers the rain over sunshine, doesn't love people unless, they're actors on TV, or his family. He does love his family.
I love my fans, okay?
And
I love all of my fans. Don't listen to her, okay?
Just don't approach you on the street, baby.
You're welcome to approach me on the street if you're a fan.
Right.
If you're not a fan, then,
Are you up for taking pictures? Like, would you take pictures with your fans?
I would totally take pictures with my fans. I want everyone to know that. It's an open thing. I won't charge initially. First picture free.
Oh, okay. And then what's the price range? Like, do you have that worked out?
It's expensive. We'll get to that. But,
Oh, sure,
yeah.
sure.
But yeah, my fans, I don't want you all to think you can't approach me on the streets.
Right.
Big, I know there's a lot of you.
Line up.
I mean, I can feel that there's a lot
I feel
coming.
like you're like
there's not a lot
as big
yet.
as the Beatles were back in the day. You probably remember them when they were around.
No, I don't. That was before me.
Do the math.
That was before me.
Were you gonna say after you?
I wasn't sure what to say. I was thinking before, but then I was like, well, maybe no. They were
Yeah.
the '60s. I
Can
think.
you name two of their songs? Just spitball them. Do you need Jeopardy
There's
music?
the one with the Imagine, like.
Isn't it just called Imagine?
Is it?
I think so.
Imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Like, imagine a world with whatever, no trees.
Yeah, could you sing it?
Imagine a world with no trees.
With no tree.
Isn't that what they say? I thought they were
Imagine
really
a
in a
world with
lover.
no people.
No religion. I remember
Yeah.
that being in there.
Yeah. And trees probably was in there too. Imagine no trees and no oxygen. I think those were lyrics.
I'd like to know what word they used to rhyme with oxygen.
Amoxicillin.
That doesn't rhyme.
It does. It's kind of same.
Not even close. Not
Yeah,
same,
a little
same.
bit.
Not same.
Just a little bit. And the last thing I'll say is we're best friends, right? You've
Did
said
you say
that before.
friends?
I say friends, but like friends.
Why?
Because it sounds more, it just sounds better. It's what the cool kids say these days, David.
Oh, well.
We're best friends. I read that in your diary one time, which, by the way, you should work on your drawings. They're not very good.
I'm sorry. I've been practicing, and it's hard. Like, when I put your face on a page and put a gun next to it, you can only do it so many times. And I'm trying to figure out other ways to do it. Like, have you getting hit by a bus? Yeah, well, skydiving and no
And just,
parachute.
just
you know.
splat on the ground.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think I missed those pages.
Oh, they're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably just went
I'll
to the
look
juicy
again
stuff.
later.
But yeah.
Terrible.
But
Speaking of becoming famous,
yes.
okay, I have not told you this story yet, but like 2 weekends ago, I met Nicholas Sparks. You know who Nicholas Sparks is?
Yes, he invented fireworks, right?
Yes, he did. That's where we get sparks. No. Okay, first of all,
The sparklers? No.
this man writes the most
I know.
beautiful love stories. Have you ever seen The Notebook?
You
cried probably.
I don't think I've seen The Notebook.
Have you seen A Walk to Remember?
I saw the one where they were the woman was getting attacked by her husband, and then she fled to some remote
What?
town.
Oh, Safe Haven.
And then she met that guy, and then like at the end, there's always a fire, in the
You
house
have
catches-
this incredible ability of describing the most romantic story in the worst way possible. That did
See?
not even sound remotely interesting.
Like the cliff notes of that movie are like woman runs from man, finds man finds woman, man burns down building, almost kills woman, somehow both survive, happy live together forever.
Happy live together forever.
Yes.
Oh, do you write the back of like the synopsis of movies? Because that was so poetic.
It is. It's happy live forever together.
No, David, are you telling me you've never seen The Notebook? Like when he says, "If you're a bird, I'm a bird," and it's so beautiful.
Why is that beautiful?
Yeah, because
so, like, that's how you get women.
No,
I just walk up to some stranger on the street. if you're a possum, I'm a possum.
No, the whole story is this guy sees Allie and he just knows, like, that's the woman for me. And so then he goes to her and he tries to convince her to go on a date as he's hanging off of this, what are those round things called at fairs? A Ferris wheel? Yeah. So he's hanging and he's like, go on a date with me, because he just knew by looking at her that she was the one for him. Anyway, it's this beautiful love story, but she has tons of money and he is just a peasant person. And they fall in love despite their differences, and it's so beautiful. And she's one time by the water, and she says, "I'm a bird." And then she says, "Say you're a bird." And he says, "If you're a bird, I'm a bird." And that's the kind of beautiful love.
What is that?
It's saying that whatever she is,
that's a moment
he
where,
would be for her too.
Like, that's the moment where if she's by the water and she's like, "I'm a bird," the guy's gonna be like, "What did I get myself into?"
No.
Like you're not a bird.
No.
And she's like, "Say you're a bird," and I would be like, "What?"
It's so beautiful. And then she loses her memory, and every day he goes back and reads their love story to her until she remembers.
See, like none of that would happen in real life.
So wait, are you telling me that, like, God forbid, your wife lost all of her memories, you would not write down your love story and every day go and read that back to her?
If my wife lost all of her memories, is she still losing her memories, or is it like a one-time deal?
No, she loses what? What are you asking? I don't think you lose it in varying degrees.
I just want to know, is she losing it? Like, okay. Like, I walk in, I'm like, "Hey," and then she's like, "Hey," and then.
But she doesn't know who you are.
Right. Okay. And then like a week, and then I reintroduce myself, and like a week later, she still doesn't know who I am because she forgets every day.
Yeah. No, it's every morning she forgets who you are.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. So she's continuously losing memories.
Right.
Yeah. Move on.
You would not read the diary you wrote of your love story together until she remembered?
Right. Like,
see, this is why you're not Nicholas Sparks.
That doesn't happen though. Like, people will be like, "Okay, we'll see if she gets better." She's not getting better.
But she's your soulmate, and you do that for soulmates.
Put her in a home, move on. Visit her occasionally, make it look like you're still married, even though you've been divorced for 20 years or something. Yeah. Plus, how does she even know everything he's writing is true? He could just be like,
then all of a sudden she remembers.
Don't you remember? Then yesterday I took you to France on the whim, and we had the most romantic dinner. And really, they had TV dinners in front of the couch. I mean, he could get by with anything. She's like, "Oh, that was such a good day."
No, because Noah was a real man who wouldn't lie.
I don't know. And, this was written by him, probably?
Yeah, no, this is written by Nicholas Sparks.
No, but like...
Yeah, the character Noah wrote it, yes.
Yeah, so...
Because that was the love of his life.
So
that's the kind of love I'm looking for.
Well...
I want to know it to my
alley. You won't find that on any of those dating websites.
I don't know. Tinder. There's a lot of great people out there.
Is that going to be your first? Is that going to be like your first question? Like, you're sitting in front of them and you're like, "So let me just ask you this: if I lost all my memories, would you start writing a diary about our days?"
Were you spying on me on my last date?
No,
because that's verbatim what I said.
How long did the date last?
Oh, he had like IBS, so he needed to get right after that, which I understood. Yeah. I mean, he ran out.
I've gotten that a few times. It's naturally called. It just comes up every once in a while.
It just flares up with guys.
Right. It usually occurs during dates that don't work out.
It actually stands for guys is I be shitty.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Anyway, back to Nicholas Sparks. So this man writes the most beautiful love stories in the entire world, right? My sister loves him. It's her favorite author of all time. So I got us tickets to go meet him There are so many people there. She goes up, gets her picture. She's so excited, whatever. I walk up. Meanwhile, I've actually never read one of his books, but I have seen all of his movies.
Okay.
And anyway, he looks at me right in my eyes and he says, "It's so nice to meet you." Puts his arm around me for a hug. And all I said was, "Thank you." Like it was his pleasure. Like I was doing him a favor for meeting him. So now I just feel like my role in life is to just humble celebrities. But the whole time after I walked away, I was like, what is wrong with me? Because he kind of looked at me like, I mean, I did. I said just like that, "Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So nice to meet you. Thank you." I know.
I mean, what would you have said? What would you...
I should have said, "Oh, so nice to meet you. Big fan of your work, Mr. Sparks. Nothing but the most respect."
That's what you would say?
That's what I should have said.
You would say nothing but respect? He would have thought you were more weird than just saying thank you.
I don't think so. I think that, first of all, men like to have their ego stroked. So he would have been like,
yeah, but
really into that.
Nothing but respect just seems like a weird thing to say.
So you don't want me coming up to you like, "Hey, Dave, you know what? Nothing but respect for you."
What
would you want me to say?
Like, you are the most incredible, most famous person I know now. Thank you.
Have I ever told you about the time when I stalked a member of NSYNC in the airport?
No.
Joey Fatone. Do you even know who that is?
He's the one that's, he's tall. And he's a guy, and he sings on the band.
Oh, exactly. That's
brown hair.
No, actually, when he was in the band, he would change his hair all the time. For a long time, it was like red. Don't pretend like you don't know. I know that you were singing
Red
"Bye
is
Bye
brown.
Bye" in your dorm room.
I love Bye Bye Bye. It's a great song.
Yeah. Probably did come out when you were like in college, probably graduating college. It was like 2000.
I'll be honest, not big on the boy bands.
Why? You don't like good music?
It's this story. Like one time I went over there, right, and I saw Joey Fatone.
Put some respect
That's
on
what
the
I
name.
meant.
Yeah. Oh, you met him too?
Yeah. I walked over and I was like, and he put his arm around me, and he was like, "It's so nice to meet you," and I said, "Thank you."
Shut up.
And he,
You
that was the
exchanged
end of it.
numbers
I
and now
just
you're
walked
best
away.
friends.
No, that was it. Like, and I was like, that's messed up. Like, he should have asked for my autograph.
Oh, he should have. Well, when I saw him in the airport, it was at the Orlando airport. And this is important. My sister was there too. And I left my sister to go get both of us food, okay? Just remember that part. I walk over to Burger King. This is when I ate meat. I'm sorry to all the cows. Anyway, I saw this man that I was like, wait, I think that is Joey Fatone. So I was unashamedly watching him. And he could tell. And he kept kind of looking back at me. Anyway, I ordered my food, and I didn't want to go up to him when he was eating because I felt like that was disrespectful. So I waited. And then I got my food, and then I just followed him to his gate, which was like 3 gates away from mine. Okay, it was kind of on the opposite end. But I was too afraid to just go up and talk to him. So he would kind of look back, and I would still be there. And one time, I was by a trash can when he turned around after he went into the restroom, and I stood outside the men's restroom. And I just threw the food away. I spent $27 on food, and then I threw all of it away because I just didn't know what else to do. There was a trash can right there. I was holding it in my hands. I just tossed it. Anyway, I finally went up to him and I said, "Are you Joey Fatone?" Because he said hi before I said anything. We made eye contact. He said hi. I walk up. I say, "Are you Joey Fatone?" And he said, "Yeah." And then I don't even remember what I said. It was probably just a lot of like, "Oh my God." And then we took a picture. And then I walked back to my sister and she was like, "Where's the food?"
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then I had to tell her I threw it away and then I met Joey Fatone. And then we didn't talk the rest of the flight.
Wow.
So obviously I'm really good at playing it cool. That's what that story goes,
Yeah.
You get it.
I mean, I don't think I've met anyone famous.
Well,
but
you have to leave the house in order for that to happen, typically.
That's true.
I also met the uncle from Spy Kids one time.
That must have been huge. That was probably your biggest moment. Nicholas Sparks, stand back. I mean, the uncle. So, they don't even give him like a name in the show. He's just the uncle.
I can't remember. His name is Danny Trejo?
No, he's the uncle.
He is the uncle from Spy Kids,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen anything else he's in. Anyway, he bought me a coffee.
How do you
Starbucks.
meet all these people? All in the airport? Where'd you meet Nicholas Sparks? Was it you said at a book signing?
I had to buy tickets for that one.
Oh, you had to buy tickets.
Yeah. Joey Fatone I just stalked for free. And then Danny, I was in line at a Starbucks, and he bought me a coffee and told me I had a beautiful smile.
That's it's pretty nice, I guess, to meet someone who's kind of famous.
Yeah, Uncle from Spy Kids.
But probably doesn't beat being next to someone who is famous in a podcast. So
I know, you are so lucky.
what?
Hey, do you keep up with our Kardashians? I don't know why I said it like that. Keep up on the whatever. Do you keep up with the Kardashians?
I do not. And I don't know why anyone does. I'm not a big Kardashian fan.
Why? You don't like pretty people?
They're just people. And for some
wow.
reason,
Should I snap for that? That was really poetic.
Well, like, I don't go to parks and stare at people like living their life. So why would I want to stare at someone on TV living their life? It's really scripted.
Like those are different.
And
those are such scripted. Different scenarios.
It's
like,
such a scripted show.
If you went to the park and stared at people, those people don't know that you're staring at them. You just look like a freak.
I don't think Kim Kardashian knows you're staring at her either.
No, she does.
No, she just knows people are. She doesn't know you are.
What? She doesn't know me personally?
Right.
I'm done with this podcast. I got to go write about this in my diary. Anyway, I do keep up with the Kardashians. If there's one thing about me, it's that I be keeping up with them. So, in this last episode, they had brain scans done. Have you ever heard of
Oh, my God.
They did. And you know what? You can see in brain scans now is the level of anxiety you have in the brain.
Oh, my God.
And the amount of trauma. Did you know that?
I was not aware.
I wonder.
I like to learn all my medical stuff from the Kardashians as well. So, I totally understand where this is important.
No, it's kind of neat. If I had a brain scanner, like a portable one, I would bring it in here right now to hook it up to you.
Yeah, because they sell those, right? Portable brain scanners?
I think so. Probably like on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'll look into that. Hey, can you give me your credit card unrelated?
No. But anyway, go on. So she had her brain. I'm guessing there must have been a lot of trauma to that brain.
Well, for poor Khloe, there was, because this woman. Do you know Khloe Kardashian?
I do not.
Okay, well,
she must be related to Kim Kardashian.
She is a distant relative. No, she's the blonde one. Anyway, she's had 2 babies now with the same person, but he's cheated on her over and over and over again. It's actually very upsetting to watch. I did cry. I'm going to be honest with you. I teared up a little bit.
So let me ask you this. You said he cheated on her over and over and over again.
Yes.
So why? Like, when you think, like, after the first time, you'd be like, okay, that's it, we're done. And then he's like, oh, please forgive me. It was a mistake, a lack in judgment. And she's like, okay, I'll give you one chance. And then she takes him back, and then he cheats on her again.
I mean, he's scum.
So, but hold on. At some point, aren't you just, like, part of it? Like after, like, the 5th or 6th time, isn't it kind of just an open relationship at this point? Because you keep taking the person back, and he keeps cheating on you.
Yeah, but he was saying, like, he, was committing himself to her. So she thought that was, happening. I mean, and you do weird things in love. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done when you're in love?
I can't give you anything.
No, like, did you stay up late thinking about sending the perfect text? Did you show up with coffee? Like, how did you woo your woman?
So on our first date, when I pulled up, and when she came up to the car, I reached over and opened the car from the inside. From the inside, I said, "Get in."
Yeah, and you started speeding off before she even shut the door.
No, she got in, and I had her at that moment. That was it. So for all you guys out there, that's how you get it done.
Oh, because you kidnapped her.
It's called opening the car from the inside.
Right. It's called minimum effort.
Going around.
Minimum effort, maximum results.
Yes. Going around, opening the car from the outside, that's cliche at this point.
It's not.
It's old school. No one's into old school. The new way, it's called inside opening.
Inside opening.
I started it. It's a trend.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It sounds unsightly.
Oh, it worked. It worked. I had her from that moment on, and
she just knew. She was like, "This is the man for me."
Like, if I was writing a book, a love story book, it would be like, John pulls up to her house
in your
for their first date.
Fantasy. You're named John.
No.
Is this for John Krasinski? Be honest.
No, I was just using a name, and John came to my head.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So John pulls up, and
should I play romantic music in the background? La, la,
no need, because it's not necessary. This isn't a Nicholas Sparks book.
Oh, right.
Where romantic music just pops up randomly. Okay?
Right.
All right. So John pulls up to the house, and
hey, I'm John.
April walks out of the house, and and she's slowly approaching his car, and John waits for her for what feels like forever.
John's impatient. John's important. John has places to be.
Yeah, I mean, we got a date, okay? Can you walk? It's not like a slow walk down the steps from She's All That or some crap like that, okay? Like, this is
Freddie Prinze Jr.
like,
reference.
Come on, can we move? Like,
Yeah.
can we move? You know?
Right.
Yeah, run a little. Get hurt. I mean, how long is your front lawn? I mean, seriously. So
You must have had a lot of girlfriends.
So she gets to the car, and he's like, okay, I don't want to get out.
Right.
So
right.
he reaches over, and it's a good reach.
Sure. That's a lot of
It
effort.
takes a lot of effort.
Especially if he hasn't stretched that day. I mean, yeah.
I might have tweaked something. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't, but I could have, and that's what I'm talking about. That's called caring.
Right. That's true. That's called self-care while falling in love.
Yes,
Right. So did April and John, they stay together after that? Or?
they did,
Oh.
and then like they, yeah. I mean, and that's the end of the story, really. Like after
Right.
that, it's like there's not much
Happy
more to
ever
say.
after.
Yeah, they drive off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just drive off a cliff or...
No, just drive off. They go get dinner.
Can I please get this book? I am on the edge of my seat. Does John also...
The sequel's really good.
He runs to the bathroom when the check comes?
No, they stay together. She realizes he's such a catch because
But he
doesn't
makes her
do what
split
every
it?
other guy does, which is
Right.
walk around and open the door.
Wait,
Yeah.
what every other guy does?
Well, not every
Clearly
other
you're
guy.
not a woman dating right now.
Well, not every other guy, but like
Yeah.
the ones who are chivalrous or whatever. You know.
Right. Yeah, the rare breeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you this. Ask you this. You have a son. Are you not teaching him to open doors for women?
I tell him he needs to open the door for me because
Oh.
it is very rude. 13 kids just walk through the door, and I'm like, hold the door. I've been holding the door for you for 13 years. You can't hold the door for me for once now that you can hold the door,
Right.
So, no, I tell him he needs to hold the door. And I say, hold the door for your
But
mom.
specifically for women,
No, I don't tell him
just
that.
or just for anybody in general.
I think he needs to learn the ways himself. You
Yeah.
know, he'll come up with his own way. My way was, it's the indoor, or the, what did
Do
I
you
say?
always open the door for people?
Do I
Lies. We went to Starbucks the other day.
Lies.
And we were walking into the building, and you ran, dare I say, sprinted ahead of me, opened the door, and then shut it, and it was locked, so I could not get in.
That was
Then you laughed, and I was freezing outside.
That was on the
Legend
way-
says I'm still waiting for you
You're
to
talking
open
about
the
on the
door.
way back from Starbucks.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, because
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Well, I didn't sprint.
People needed to know if we were coming or going
I didn't sprint. I walked briskly.
at a quick
And-
pace.
Yeah. And because I saw that the door was open slightly, and I knew that door was going to be locked if I shut it.
Right.
So I opened it up, walked in, shut the door, and then you try to open it, and it didn't work. And I pointed that there's another door to the right. It's one of those turny doors. I don't know what those are called.
Oh, I think they're called turning doors.
Yeah, turny doors. And
Yeah.
you could have gone through that. Instead, you made me open the door for you. So there you go. I opened the door for you. Jeez.
It's called having manners.
I know. And I gave you manners that day. So you're welcome.
Wait. Right, you were teaching me how to be patient.
I was teaching you how to be patient, but I also opened the door. So I showed manners by opening the door for you. I could have just walked away and said, she doesn't want to use that turny door. She doesn't,
Speaking of Starbucks, do you want to tell the embarrassing story about you
There's no
the other day?
embarrassing story.
Yeah.
This is normal life.
No, it's not. This is what happened the other day. Let me tell it because you're not going to tell it right. Someone wished Dave to have a happy day.
No,
and
no,
he
start from the beginning.
Okay, in the beginning, God created heavens and the earth.
let's move forward a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Get to the Adam and Eve first.
Okay. We went to Starbucks. Dave orders his frou-fruiest drink that's not coffee at all, and it's difficult to make, and nobody likes it. Anyway, so he orders it. He's waiting. He's staring at this woman like, give me my drink.
No, that's not true. No, this is.
And then she hands it to him. He says, thanks. She says, have a great day.
Yeah, she said, "Have a good
and
day."
he just grabbed it, turned around, and walked away.
Listen.
He didn't wish her well back. He just left.
Okay. none of that, almost some of that story was true. Okay. First, I get up there. I order the most delicious drink that you can order. Okay.
Sugar.
And she's
and
like,
whipped cream.
She's like, I love those drinks. And I said, I know, me too. So she offers to give it to me for free because she's like, I recognize you. And I said, not yet.
Is this your dream scenario? Are you telling me a fantasy right now?
I said, not yet. Wait a week. And then she's like, okay.
And then you gave her like the link to this podcast.
Not yet. I said, I'll give it to you once we get it up.
That's what he said.
So anyway, so she goes and I scan my card, whatever.
Yeah.
She's making my drink.
Thank you for mansplaining how you order coffee and pay.
I'm just giving a step by step.
Oh, sure.
I want the story
to be accurate.
You
should probably start over then.
Your story was terrible. So they make my drink, and so I'm waiting, and they do it pretty quick. I'll say they did a good job. Okay, yeah. I'll give them that. They did a good job.
You like things quick?
I like my drinks quick. So they give me the drink, and and then I walk over. Mm-hmm. She says what my drink is. I'm not going to say because
it's just called the frou-frou latte.
No, it's not called that. But she says, most incredible drink ever. So I walk over and I take my drink and I say, and she says, have a good day. At the same time,
lies.
I'm saying thank you.
Lies.
And I take my drink and I leave. Mm-hmm. And as we're leaving, Beck opens the door and she makes a big deal about how I didn't say you too after she said, have a good day.
Yeah, because she wished you well, David.
But that's the thing. Like, I worked in retail. Mm-hmm. I've had my, I've said have a good day to millions of people.
Millions?
I mean, I might be exaggerating. Hundreds of thousands. So I said have a good day to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care if they say have a good day back, one way or the other. If they say have a good day, I don't care. If they don't say have a good day, I don't care. It's not like I'm like, oh man, I can't believe he didn't say that.
You are numb to feelings. But like
it's because when you're in
people,
retail, it doesn't matter.
But retail, Starbucks isn't retail.
Now, if you get into a conversation with the person, like you're chatting and you're like, oh yeah, my kid goes to that school too. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like you're having a conversation with them, and then you're breaking from that conversation, and she says, have a good day. Then there's a little bit of a responsibility to say, have a good day too, right? Like you too. But
I think there's always that responsibility to say that.
No, because like if I'm walking down the street and some stranger just randomly says, have a good day, and I didn't even say even a word to them, I'm not going to say you too.
Why not?
I'm going to keep walking thinking this person wants money from me.
You're so cynical.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you talking to me? I don't know you.
See, this is why we're different people.
Could be like famous.
When I go on walks, every person that I meet, I smile at them. Do you do that? Like
No, and they probably think you're psycho. Or
no, it's called being polite.
Oh my God, you smile at every person you walk past?
Pretty much, unless they're giving me a creepy vibe, then I don't. Then I just, I don't.
Well, do you think?
But like, if we're just like on a walk in my neighborhood and I pass somebody, yeah, I'm gonna give them a smile.
You just smile at random strangers.
Yeah, it's called being a nice human.
So you purposely make eye contact and smile at every person you walk past.
But I do it like in a nice way. I'm not like eyes open, like give me your money kind of nice. It's just like oh hi, we're just two people. Here's a little smile for your day. Maybe that was the first time they ever were smiled at that day. It's called having a heart. What you did was the equivalent of if I said to you, hey Dave, have a great night, and you said thank you.
That's what happened.
You wish it back.
I said you too one time. See, I care. Does that mean I have to say it every time? I care already.
It's a rule. Yes, you say it. You say it every time to everybody. Everybody deserves that.
Smiling back.
I mean, I guess if you were just like walking around Meijer,
So if I walk around and I just go to like you said, like a Meijer or a grocery store or something like that, and
sponsor us, Meijer, by the way.
and I just walk around and I just start smiling at random strangers. You're trying to say that they won't call security on me because I think once I start smiling at random strangers, they're gonna start protecting their kids and I'm gonna start getting. They're gonna be like following me around the store.
Well, show me your smile, and I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're walking, and
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Oh God.
should I do-
Maybe smile less forced.
I think that's good. So,
Give it a
what
try
do
it
you
out.
do? What do you do? Like some like, ooh, hi.
No, like okay, so like if we're walking, let's picture like I'm walking and you're walking past me, and I just look up and I go, "It's nice."
Yeah, that looked like Joker's smile. Like, yeah, it's psycho. That was like,
No.
oh wow,
No, it's just like a quick like.
she's gonna eat me.
Okay, first of all, have you ever seen the Joker? He's not a cannibal.
No, but you're not the Joker. You're a cannibal who smiles like the Joker.
I don't even know how to respond to that. No one's ever called me a cannibal before.
Well, the people in the streets do. So maybe you didn't hear them, but they're thinking it.
I think that if I was going around a store like
The only
Meijer
thing you can do
smiling at
worse is
people-
lick your lips after you smile.
Wait.
Smile, followed by licking the lips.
Show me.
Yeah.
That was too much for me.
Yeah, that's how it would go down.
Hey.
Lick of the lips.
I've been waiting to get your opinion on this movie that we both watched separately.
Was there more to the Kardashian story? I think we kind of forgot about that too.
No, I don't remember what my point was. I
Oh.
was just talking about the brain scan.
But she had lots of drama.
She had trauma.
Drama.
Not like traumatic things happen.
No,
Do
it's,
you know what
it's
what
registering the
trauma
drama
means?
in her head.
No, it can
Is it
pinpoint.
trauma and trauma really the same?
They're very different.
Like trauma is just drama that happened to you. Oh,
should be-
mind blown. Yes, I know. Mind
You
blown.
should be like an emotional speaker.
I should.
Wait, no, not emotional. A motivational.
Both. 2 for 1.
What would an emotional speaker even sound
I
like?
would tell you how you should feel. Right now, you should be angry.
I mean, I would love to see a scan of my brain to see which part, like how
Yeah.
much trauma it would register.
I'll be honest with you.
Or anxiety.
There wouldn't be a lot of lights.
Because I'm dumb.
What? I didn't say that. I was just going to say because you're probably sleeping. I don't know. But okay, if you want to go with that.
I mean, what would your brain look like?
It would-
Do you think
they
you'd
would-
have a lot of trauma? Do you have
Let's just-
do you have childhood trauma?
I might. And it may come out if I ever go to a therapist. But
I could be your therapist.
you could. But, I'd rather go to someone who would actually help me. So,
I would say the first thing you should do is go down to your local store.
and smile at people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it would be a terrible idea.
That'll be $75.
It'd be turned off. People would be hitting me. It wouldn't go well. And then I would have to go back to you because I would be a therapist.
That's how I get you. That's how I get my clients.
Yeah,
You create the need and then you fulfill it.
right.
Yeah, that's basic business.
That's smart. That's
I'm pretty
smart.
sure
I
that's
didn't-
business 101.
That is. That's business 101. It's hook them. Get
Yeah.
them hooked.
Yeah.
Like-
Create the need, fill the
Like
need.
Coca-Cola putting cocaine in a drink back in the day.
Coca-Cola put crack cocaine in there.
Not crack cocaine.
What's
Okay.
the difference?
Cocaine. The difference is one is like way worse than the other. They're both bad.
Isn't crack cocaine and cocaine the same thing? It's just coke is a smaller name for crack cocaine.
Right. So they're not the same. Yeah.
I am actually
That's
confused.
okay. That's okay.
They're not the same thing.
They're not. No. They're really not the same.
What is the difference between cocaine?
I don't
and
know.
crack
I don't make this crap in my basement.
cocaine? You look like someone who would know.
I've seen Breaking Bad. They make meth. They don't make crack cocaine.
Isn't
So-
meth like a version of cocaine?
No.
Is that the one you snort or you smoke? You know.
I don't do drugs. I think it's the one you smoke, though. You do
Okay.
smoke meth, I think.
I feel like when I saw your eyes right now, you know the answer.
I don't know the answer. I've watched Breaking Bad, and they smoke it, so that's how I know the answer to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, off the drugs,
Off the drugs.
because you've had enough.
Yes, this Netflix movie.
Oh, okay.
I need to know your review.
Of Do Revenge.
Do Revenge
Okay.
with Maya Hawke and that girl from Riverdale. Her name is Camille. Shoot, what is her name? Mendez, maybe? Something like that. Now I feel bad because I don't remember her name.
So it's probably, I would say, in the range of good movies on Netflix. which are few and far between. I would rate.
Are you
this
talking
one-
about Netflix originals?
Is this a Netflix original? I think it is,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as good movies on Netflix, I would put this as a probably like on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 2.
Damn.
Yeah.
A 2?
Yeah.
Because what, you weren't entertained?
Well, it's just so fake. It's like there's nothing realistic about it.
Yeah,
like,
it's so upsetting when a movie's not real.
You know, you go into an action movie and you're like, okay, I expect the hero to win and whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah, so I would give it like a 2 out of 10 because very unrealistic.
All movies are unrealistic unless you're watching like a documentary.
But like, okay, they're like super wealthy and they all have these super
Say what
parties.
the movie's about.
It's about a girl who let me think about this because it's kind of like there's 2 storylines going on.
Right. And actually that's what I liked about it is at the end there was like you weren't expecting
but it's so
the turn on each other kind of.
Yeah, but who cares? Like, okay, so you watch like I don't remember how long the movie is. It's like 2 hours. You watch an hour and a half of it, and it's like these 2 girls are trying to get back at her boyfriend.
The people who have wronged them.
Her boyfriend and then someone who wronged the other girl, and for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and 45 minutes of it,
Right.
and then out of nowhere, there's a twist. So spoiler alerts. So turn this off. You probably already have, but spoiler alert.
Your mom's still listening.
Huh?
Your mom's still listening.
Yeah.
And hey, Deb.
So for like an hour and 45 minutes, they're together. They're doing,
They're
trying to get
bonding and creating a friendship
Yeah.
while trying to get back at the people that were
Then the
terrible
last
to them.
15 minutes, there's a plot twist.
Right. Which
And
I did not see coming.
Who cares though? Like, ooh, wow, my mind was blown. Who cares that the one that was supposed to be her friend was actually trying to get her back the whole time?
Which was just an amazing twist.
There was nothing amazing about it. It was just it was the only thing about the movie that maybe you could say was at least somewhat
was
thought of.
interesting,
Like it was
yeah.
at least something like they actually considered.
And they brought it back to that narcissist thing in the beginning.
But then the rest of the movie, it's rushed.
It is rushed. I would agree with
It's
that.
totally rushed. It's like you could open up the story now for another hour or 2 because you just recreated the story.
Right.
Instead, you're rushing through the end now.
No, but then they team up.
But she's like, I'm going to blackmail you, and you're going to do this because I have this dirt on you, and whatever.
Yeah.
And
that was a really good impression of Maya Hawke, by the way. Wow.
And then she doesn't do anything with that. They go to a stupid party, and then they're like, "Oh, we're friends again," and they hug. And then
because then they realize like the other people weren't really their friends, and it was like, we actually have a friendship that means more, and they were changed as people. They became better people.
It's like,
and that boy got his comeuppance.
Whoever wrote this movie, I don't know. And
it was me.
And I'm sure you did. I'm sure you thought. Some people are gonna like this movie. I'm sure, but
yeah.
Whoever wrote this movie was clearly infatuated with like social media because the beginning of it even starts off with this girl from high school who has this super party and they have fireworks in the background and she's thanking everybody like as if she just won some sort of Academy Award. And she's like, and then her friends are like, "Oh yeah, we love you," and then like the whole class is like, "We love you," and it's so fake. Like that's not real.
That's not the parties that you go to.
I don't think that's the parties anyone goes to. And if those parties do exist, that's whacked out.
Are you telling me that if I threw you a surprise party and everyone was like, "Wow, Dave, we love you," you wouldn't be like really into that?
I never had a surprise party. Is this happening?
Your eyes
is
just
this happening
lit
right
up.
now? Is there people around? It's not even my birthday.
I mean,
No.
I did invite a lot of people.
No one's gonna come.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no one RSVP'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Your mom said she might be able to come.
No, she's not coming. So yeah. So this is it just rushed and it was bogus and I'm so tired of the bogus. Like you're gonna make a teen movie, I get it, but can you make it at least a little bit more realistic? You didn't have to give like the beginning of the movie where she's like you have to prove her popularity. So you force feed the popularity in the movie. This is why movies are crap today because everything is force fed, like as if the viewer can't figure it out on their own. You could have just as easily got the picture across that she's popular by having her walk down the hallway and people saying hi to her. You don't need to have some elaborate, crazy,
it's
party.
called like the visual.
It's like, okay, it's kind of like when you watch a movie, and I'm not going to get, I'd have to see the movie and point it out, but it's like when you watch a movie and you want someone to know that person has a certain thing about them, right?
Yeah.
So you make the other actor say what it is. Like, I hate it when you brush your teeth like that or something like that, and they're doing something and you're trying to force feed the audience something because you're trying to foreshadow something,
right,
or whatever, so that later you can come back to it, but you need to make sure the audience realized what they were seeing.
Setting the groundwork, right.
But you don't need to force feed that. Like, if you're a good writer, you can get the viewer to see that without having to make it so obvious,
right,
to such a level that it's embellished. It's just totally embellished. Like that party. It was stupid. It was just dumb. And that just fed right into the rest of the movie, because as soon as I saw that beginning, I was like, this is what kind of movie it's going to be.
So you just judged it right away.
That right there made me feel like this is the kind of movie it's already going to be. It's going to be like a She's All That kind of movie. Like,
this is the second time you brought up She's All That. You're a really big fan of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel something.
I can't believe you did that. The greatest actress ever.
What's her name?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, I think that you think that's like cinematic.
I'm referring to it because it's kind of like a She's All That movie where you have a bunch of rich kids. They all know the same dance. They all throw these elaborate parties that everyone goes to.
Right.
And
all I'm hearing is that you are a party hater.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's just too unrealistic.
Yeah, it's too much.
Right.
So what's a top movie? If you had to pick one that was like, no, this right here is a great movie, what would that be?
I can't think of one right now.
Yeah, not even one. Movies are supposed to be unrealistic. They're just supposed to take you on a journey.
They're obviously fiction.
Right.
But that's where the unrealism should end.
Yeah.
To a degree.
It was just over the top, you say.
Like watching an action movie, right? And then you got the hero, right? And he's surrounded by 360 men. Yeah. And they all have automatic AK, just automatic weapons.
Yeah.
Cannons, whatever. This is a
cross pirate?
It's a cross period movie, okay? Right. They have cannons and automatic weapons.
You should write this.
Okay. And the hero is out in the middle, and he's like within 20 feet of all these weapons. And they're all pointing at him, and all he has is a 9mm pistol with one bullet in it.
Right. And he somehow defeats them all.
And he manages to dodge all the bullets, including the cannonballs, and those are big.
Right.
Dodges all of that and manages to either escape or kill them all or whatever.
Right. But you men eat that shit up.
No, it's just.
Then you walk out of the theater feeling like 7 feet tall.
I can't.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I can't.
After you see an action movie.
No.
Really?
Why would I walk out of the movie like that? I was the one who survived. I would have done that.
Because it pumps you up man.
No.
That's what I.
If that's what you really think. Yeah. You think I go to an action movie like, man, I've got so much adrenaline right now. I need to go punch someone.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's why they're so popular, because men love them so much, and it's like, I could do that.
It's because you watch a movie.
That's how I picture guys sitting and talking.
Well, you watch a movie to get away, right?
Right.
Yeah, not because I'm trying to get pumped up.
You tell me you don't walk out of the latest Marvel movie just like your shoulders are a little wider and broader, and you're like, brethren.
Do you walk out of a romance movie thinking you fell in love?
No.
Okay, so why would I walk out of an action movie and feel like I'm a hero?
You know how certain movies can elicit certain feelings?
No.
Where you walk out with happiness. After a nice rom-com with Ryan Gosling.
No one walks out of a rom-com with happiness. Everyone walks out thinking they spent way too much money. I mean, I don't think I've ever let the rom-com. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a rom-com. Maybe one or two in the theater. I've been forced to go to, but
there's some.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
Right.
Action movies do the same thing. They just do it a different way.
Right.
Every once in a while, you get lucky, and you get an action movie where the hero gets like kind of like a Die Hard in a way.
Sure. I've never seen Die Hard.
He barely gets by, but he manages to make it in the end.
So he doesn't ever die hard.
The bad guys die hard.
Got you.
Yeah. I think it
That
was,
sounds like a sexual movie. Like everyone's dying.
I mean, almost any action movie could be a porn movie, okay? But I mean, you could
Die Hard again.
Lethal Weapon. You know, any of the action movies could pretty much, Mr. Nice Guy or whatever. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that an action movie? I think it is.
I've never heard of that.
Or is it Nice Guys?
Mr. Nice Guys?
Maybe that's the
that
guy in the van.
sounds like my
That might have been the guy in the van that asked me to do a.
To be in the boy
He
band?
was Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Did he hand out candy?
It was puppies.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, there weren't any puppies when I got there. So don't fall for that one, guys. Make sure you tell him. Let me see the puppy first.
Oh, you live and you learn.
Yeah, then you go to the van. Silly me. So that's my idea. I just feel
That was
like
your
the
take on
Do
it.
Revenge, way too unrealistic.
Did you like the acting though? I thought Maya was very good in it. The girl from Stranger Things, because you probably don't know names.
I mean, she did fine. I mean, the acting was fine.
Yeah.
All the
Because
acting.
it wasn't like it was cringy.
All the acting for the most part was fine. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like bad acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the boyfriend did a great job of being a sociopath or whatever the heck he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
The girlfriend or the main character in it did a good job of being kind of bitchy. Like she was like the mean girl. There was nothing good about her character.
I mean, there
She
was
was mean.
some. She was flawed,
She was majorly flawed.
everybody.
There was nothing.
but I think she was dealing with shame.
The only one I wanted to win in the end was obviously the girl from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Because she was the girl who got made fun of.
Right.
Basically ruined her psyche basically for most
Yeah.
of her life
True.
to make her that much vengeful, wanting to get back.
Right. Have
Unfortunately.
you ever wanted to get revenge on somebody?
I mean, would I say revenge? No, but wish dead, yes.
Not even like I wish you'd get like a cold, but it's like death.
Right. Yeah, like hope you get cancer and die kind of thing. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Remind me to never get on your bad side.
It's not like I'm a witch or something. I mean, if I was, then yes, don't get on my bad side. Because, I mean, I haven't checked in on the people that I've wished dead, so they could be dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
and it could have worked, so.
How long is this list?
It's 2 people. So, anyway, yeah, what did you think about the movie?
Yeah, same. As you. Cynical, blah, blah, blah. Movies today, long man rant. Basically the same.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it. And I liked the plot twist. And I liked the different topics they tried to cover. Just because
Oh, yeah.
I feel like those things kind of, they do happen.
And here's where the realism fails, too. They freaking put drugs in the entire student body.
Oh, yeah.
And none of them went to prison.
Yeah, but they weren't like,
They're like,
I don't
"Oh,
think they were
ha-ha
hard
moment."
drugs. Wasn't it just kind of like shrooms?
It doesn't matter. If you put cough medicine in someone's drink and they don't know, it's a felony. Did you know that? Because I've noticed
Here,
that my drink's
don't
been
drink
tasting
this,
funny
Steve.
lately. I just want to say that. I will turn you in.
The girl was expelled, though.
What girl?
The girl who they framed, because she was the one that was growing the drugs. She was expelled from school.
So what? She wasn't the one putting it
Oh,
in people's
and then,
food.
And then I think they said something like she was in a rehab center or something.
Yeah, she was in the scene where she was at the same rehab center as
Oh, you're right.
as what's her face from Game of Thrones.
Right, Sophie Turner,
Sophie Turner, yeah, the crazy one in it.
who got to marry a Jonas brother. Lucky.
She didn't marry Jonas Brother in the movie. Don't.
No, she married
Can
what?
we stick with the movie?
Sorry. Anyway, I did like the topics that they covered.
In the movie?
Yes.
Growing drugs?
No.
Putting drugs in people's food?
No, but like how there should be consequences for actions.
But there wasn't any for the main characters.
There was.
They both put mushrooms.
Not the
in
two main characters, but that guy who was the worst.
He wasn't-
uploads that whole video, gets her to take one, uploads it.
Look, he's like a con artist.
And he just
basically,
kind of kept
but-
getting away with it. And then he was making those clubs for like men who support
Oh yeah, it's great.
women's rights
It's like
or
he's
whatever.
just rubbing in their face.
Yeah.
It's like he's trolling them.
Right,
Yeah.
which I think kind of happens pretty frequently in this day and age.
Either
so
way.
I like that they tried to.
He was the most realistic character out of all of them.
Right.
The
Because
rest
he
of
was
them were
terrible.
not. He was the best actor probably too.
No.
I'm just that's good. Now,
I was thinking about punching you in the teeth.
no, he wasn't. But what I'm getting at is they put drugs in someone's food.
Yeah.
Then they find out that they put the drugs in their food.
Right.
And instead of saying, well, the FBI's here to arrest you or the state police or whatever, they're just like,
Did they just go straight to the FBI?
yeah, possibly. I don't know how that works. Did they cross state lines? Either way, an arrest.
They call in the Criminal Minds Act.
The DEA maybe? The arrest would be made.
What does DEA stand for?
Drug Enforcement Agency.
You know a lot about drugs, David.
I've got a history.
So anyway, you didn't like the movie. You rated it a 10. A 2. Thanks for asking me my rating.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, moving on. What would
And
you
that
rate
wraps up the show.
What would you rate it?
I would say, because just going off of my enjoyment, like I wasn't trying to pick apart everything, okay? I'm not, who are those two old guys that review movies? Roger and whatever. I'm not those guys.
Roger and Ebert or something? Ebert and
like that.
Robert and Ebert? I don't remember. I think one passed
either.
away. Yeah.
Oh, really? R.I.P. Rip Roger. Anyway.
It's not funny to tease the dead, okay? And just so you
teasing.
know.
I was doing respect.
Yeah. Fan club this way. She's not nice. She's one of the mean girls.
Anyway, shoot, what was I saying?
You're saying how...
I just go off of enjoyment. Did I enjoy it? And the answer was yes. And so I say that it was like a 6. 6 out of 10.
6. So
it's not one I would watch over and over, but I did enjoy it.
So a 6 out of 10 means that you would go to the movies to see it or not go to the movies to see it?
I go to the movies to see it. I'd probably do a 6.5.
So the rating just went up.
Yeah.
So 6.5, the rating, like the bare minimum. Is that why you raised it? Because the 6.5 is like, okay, that's movie material.
It sounded
6
better.
isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you give it 6.5.
Yeah.
And it proves that you have terrible taste in movies. Because it's definitely not 6.5.
Okay, then what you
Almost
need to do.
all the Netflix movies too. Like, I feel like.
No, have you seen that one with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock? Red Notice?
Yeah.
And Superwoman? No, not Superwoman. Wonder Woman. No. What woman is she? I loved her movie. Wonder Woman. Yeah, it is.
Wonder Woman's not a Netflix movie.
No, but the girl, Gal Gadot, she was in it with them. Red Notice.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that one.
It was okay.
But
I
you
give it like
love
a 5.
Ryan Reynolds.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
You definitely got a man crush on him. Free Guy is your favorite movie ever. You quote it constantly. You wake up quoting it.
Free Guy is a good movie.
Yeah.
Very realistic. It is. One day AI is going to take over, and I'm going to have the last laugh. Yeah. And I'll send mine after you. Yeah. And I saw,
You say that word again.
What?
Saw.
I was going to say I saw another movie recently.
Okay, but it sounded like an L. I saw.
This is Minnesota. I don't need you. I didn't realize it was an English class and had to say things the Minnesota way, where everything feels like you have an ice cube in your mouth. Is that why you talk like that? Is it because half your mouth is frozen? Is that why they talk like that?
You've cracked the code. Yes.
Figured that was it.
Yeah. One day.
I mean, it's not like they came from the boat that way.
Right. Yeah. We all have woolly mammoths up there. Our mouths are practically frozen, and we're just nice.
Yeah, I just don't understand how that accent came to be.
And we say bag instead of bag.
Bag.
Anyway, so that's our first show.
I think so, yeah.
How you feel?
I feel like that we're, when we finally set up things, I feel like it's really going to blow up.
Yeah.
And this is our last show, and it's really nice for everyone to watch and pity us for one round.
I feel like this went well. I am, however, looking for a new co-host.
You need me. I'm the talent.
Okay, well, we should just sign off then. Thanks for listening, everybody.
I'm Dave.
I'm Beck.
And this is You're Making It Difficult.
You're making this difficult.
You're making this difficult. See, I already forgot the name of the show.
God. Join us next week.